So the game has opened up a little. So there's other endings we can get. There's even the ending list right here. I guess the first ending we have to get first is called Over Sky End. I guess, and everything else will be unlocked as we go, I guess. There's also a bunch of bad ends. Let's see. I guess we can get the common route bad end first before we do anything else. I want to see what's it about, you know. I'm thinking, well, I don't know how's it like supposed to like turn out, but I was so sure too. Well. Yes, go to the toilet. Oh, toilet. Smile, okay. I guess that's a bit. I don't know how because again, I think I've heard the bad end for the common route. It like cuts off a little, but I guess you see that smile. I guess that kind of like spoils, you know, something about Ito, whatever. If you were doing it the first time, maybe. I felt a little better after washing my face with cold water in the bathroom. Maybe I've been overthinking things earlier. Now that I had a chance to refresh, I should try looking at things from another angle. Okay. And then suddenly, someone bumped into me from behind. This is a little bit different. They didn't hit me that hard. I'd only staggered for a moment and hadn't been knocked to the ground or anything. But whoever they were, they clung to my back and didn't let go. At least apologize or something. I tried to turn around to tell them that. And felt my back start to burn. Like a single drop of water creates ripples that spread across the pond. The heat spread across my back, and once it spread out far enough, it suddenly turned to pain. Ah yes, a very deadly washroom trip, as it turns out. It hurt. It hurt bad. It felt like fire. I've never felt anything like this before. Pain, 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 pain. Lots of pain. Even more pain. It hurts a lot, I guess. What happened? What happened? I couldn't even stand. I crumpled to the ground, unable to bear the pain. I didn't have the strength left to turn around and see who was clinging to me. I reached out to touch my back, and my uniform was wet. No, the whole back of my body, down to the top of my pants, was wet. It was like I pissed myself. How embarrassing. Was there anything more embarrassing than peeing your pants when you were in high school? Why was it wet? You know, it's just, I guess it's funny how he's thinking about pissing his pants when he's clearly been stabbed in the back. I didn't know. I couldn't remember wetting myself. I didn't feel like I had to go to the bathroom at all. How's that work, by the way? You think? Well, I don't know. Maybe it is deadly. Because I'm thinking, like, usually when you stab someone, you don't usually stab them in the back. I mean, literally. That's only if you're, like, the spy from Team Fortress 2, you know? Like, if you stab them from the back, you don't... I mean, maybe. Like, blood loss, I guess. But it's harder to hit, like, vitals if you're hitting someone from the back, I feel like that. I could see the dull gleam of a knife in front of me. If you stab hard enough, though, I guess. The knife was red with blood. And then I knew. I'd been stabbed from behind with this knife. Stabbed? What kind of joke was that? I was at school. Why would I get stabbed at school? I mean, you never know. I mean, you can get shanked in school. You never know. Anyone could break like a sharp object. But anyway, my body had crumpled and it wouldn't do what I told it to do. I could only move my legs in spasms, as if an amateur puppeteer was trying to control me. Felt like I'd been thrown into a thick liquid. The strength was draining from my body. I was having trouble focusing. All the sounds around me faded away. I somehow managed to move my neck. Using all the strength I had, I turned around to look at the person who collided with me. Who was it? Who was it? And then I felt a powerful impact on my nose. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the cold floor. It kicked me in the face. Ow. I felt like there was a lot of snot coming out my nose, but maybe it wasn't snot. Maybe it was blood. I couldn't breathe through my nose. I kept trying to snort the blood back in and kept pouring out. My vision started to turn red. Okay, filtered voice, which is weird. I didn't know whose voice it was, I couldn't tell. Who was it that stabbed me? Oh, there you go. Hinae, okay. It's funny how, like, is there like a stab wound? Got stabbed here again? I guess that's stabbed. Again, like, I don't know. It doesn't seem very easy to get, like, to die from just being stabbed in the back. I mean, normally, if you're gonna, like, assassinate someone, you would, like, go for the jugular, but, what had I done to disappoint him? Someone tell me, please. No matter how much I tried to scream, no one would ever hear me now. Oh, okay, there's Sarika. Okay, so I guess, yeah, Shinji did kill us, but, like, normally you think, because he was being mind controlled to kill, like, the little girl, Yue. Or Yui. But this time he just stabs, you know, Takaru for no reason. And the only one's gonna kill Miyashiro is Sadaka or himself, I guess. Okay, dudes. Funny how she like went back to her like old voice, you know? Interesting. Makes her more yandere actually, which is great. But anyway, so there you go. That's a common bad end right there. I guess Takaru doesn't solve the case fast enough. He just gets stabbed and dies. Amazing. Alright, so let's see. Let's go to an actual route though. I'm gonna go look at my 100% spoiler-free ending guide because it's a little convoluted to like find everything. So I'd rather just use, you know, the walkthrough. Let's see. But you know, the first one isn't too hard actually. Basically, okay, it says here select all positive delusions basically. I guess we start from the very beginning and we just choose all positive. That's what we're gonna do. And I believe the first route I'm doing for this one, I guess go new game. So basically, yeah, we just, you know, I'm probably gonna skip a whole bunch. So what I'm gonna do, skip to the delusion triggers. What like affects the routes we're gonna get is how we, you know, choose our delusion triggers. How do I? Yeah, okay. Whee! Go super fast. Oh yeah, I remember this. Last time I chose a negative delusion. And then turned all the froggies into weird vor like demons. I don't know. But I guess we choose positive. Everything's gonna be positive now. We're gonna be very optimistic. So this time it's gonna be positive. Well, this was class 3-1. Ito's in my class. Most of the class was busy with the Gero Froggy Cafe we were doing for the festival. Some people were ignoring the fuss and studying. Some they talk or reading light novels. Trying their best to stay out of the way. Happily making Gero Froggy decorations or putting on Gero Froggy costumes.
Yeah, そうだけどさ、そこは文化祭のノリ的なあれでいいじゃん別に。違うっての。は？
Did he get on?
ねえねえ宮代。
え？
このゲロカエルンの着ぐるみさ、ちょっと着てみてくんないかケロン？
ケロ？
悪いな。俺たち今忙しいんだ。あ、いや、いいよ。着るよ。
Even his delusion, he's so nervous, which is weird. I assume this delusion is all about him, you know, being with the normies. actually fitting in crazy.
アンガと宮代、あんたならサイズぴったりかなって作ってる時から思ってたんだ。
I managed to get the costume on without much trouble. I slipped the top part over my head. It was pretty hot inside. And since I could barely see anything, I felt really claustrophobic. Is this a positive delusion? Seems like a negative one.
どう？ぴったり。ちょっと喋ってみ。
ゲロカエルんだゲロ。
かわいい。
Cute.
してあげる。
I'm not sure if that's kawaii. And then I felt something soft pressed against my arm. I asked.
ゲロカエルも私のことギューってして。
Really? I slipped my arm around her like she asked me to.
やん、お尻触んないの。ゲロカエルのエッチ。
Nani? And I read something once about how you could hug all the girls you wanted if you put on a costume. That's kind of creepy. At the time, I thought it was a bunch of crap, but did it really work? I was having the time of my life when...
おー、ゲロカエルできたの？かわいい。私もむぎゅってしたい。
It kind of reminds me of the bear in Bang Dream, you know? Gacha rhythm game, which is also anime, I guess.
私も。
Anime is weird though because it uses a lot of CG, so like everything is just like 30 FPS.
ゲロカエルは
Or-
私だけのものなんだから。
Well, not 30 FPS, but it tends to be like in non-anime when they use a lot of like 3D like CG computer graphics and everything. Not exactly 30 FPS, but it's like very low frame rate for some reason. Just not something you're used to when you watch anime. It always looks so weird to me anyway.
だったら私たち全員で一斉に抱きついちゃうってのは？あ、それいいかも。まあいいか。いいよね、ゲロカエルン。じゃあ行くよ。せーの。ゲロカエルン大好き。
Okay, he gets a harem because he's Gero Froggy. I thought about telling Ito about this, but knowing what a skirt chaser he was, he might actually take it seriously and really try to put the costume on. Okay, probably better not to tell him. I want to see him sued for sexual harassment. Oh yes, projecting your own, like, desires onto Ito, I guess. Well, decided back on topic, alright, so... I'll skip the ones I already done. Okay, now this one, the Kawahara, you know, confrontation, we did like a suplex on him last time. Literally. Or, well, maybe not a suplex. Was it a suplex? I don't remember if it was a suplex exactly, but some sort of wrestling move. Anyway, well this time though, we're gonna do a positive delusion. For once. Instead of like murdering him with a professional wrestling move, I guess. Let's skip most of this. Yeah, let me see this mostly. I just want to see the actual delusion itself. Well, I happened to glance down at Kawahara's belt. What? The fastener seemed to be broken, and then I pulled his pants down. That gave me an idea. I yanked down on his pants as hard as I could. I was right. And then I pulled down his underwear too. I mean, what? Just like I thought, they came straight off. His underwear was plainly visible.
白ブリーフかよ。うわー！宮代、お前何するんだ？君があんまりうるさいから。
What?
ふざけるな！
川原くん、いいから早く吐きなさい。みっともないでしょ。
みっともないって、そんな。
ほら、みんな見てる。
All the suits around us were staring at him and laughing. His face quickly turned red. This is just mean. Even as it's in your delusion.
ひどすぎる。
He pulled up his pants and ran away with tears in his eyes. It looked absolutely miserable. Amazing. Just imagining that made me feel better. I'd never do something so childish in real life, though. Okay. Yanking down someone's pants so they ticked you out was the kind of thing a third grader would do. I was above that. I knew that the best way to deal with someone like Kawahara was just to ignore them. Of course, I guess.
お前
Okay, another positive delusion. Critically, stay calm. Stay calm. But realistically, the chances of anything like that happening again were near zero. The wind wasn't especially strong today. I don't remember this delusion. Is it like you see like another panty shop? I don't know. So if I wanted to see my pure white goddess again, I needed the help of something other than the wind. Oh, it's double delusion, alright? For example, let's say that for some reason the pencil holder on the desk fell to the ground. Kurisu would complain a little, but she bent over and started picking up the pens on the floor. Yes. I help, of course. I bent over like she did. But since we're both at eye level to each other, there's no way I get to see anything. If I did have a chance, it'd be when she stood up. When that happened, I could watch her stand up, acting as natural as possible. Yes, this is just the, the pervert route. We just become pervert. Since I was bent over, I would naturally be lower than her. Maybe then I would see my goddess once more. Also a bit weird because... additional. A bit weird because Nono's our sister, so... not blood related, but still. And then Ito moved to turn on the printer and his hand knocked my camera off the desk. I watched in shock as the camera fell toward the floor as if in slow motion. Again. Instead of 2 strokes of good luck, I've been giving 2 strokes of bad. The first time, the camera had survived, but I might not be so lucky this time. So my body moved without thinking. I flung myself forward and stretched out my hand toward the fallen camera. That thing's expensive. I'm not letting it fall twice. Camera fell right into my outstretched hand. Yes, nice catch. I couldn't believe it. But I was going too fast to stop. I slid headfirst along the floor.
Whoa, お前無茶するな。
ちょっと大丈夫？
Kurisu ran over to me. You see your panties again. And then a miracle occurred. I was lying on my back and looked up toward the ceiling. At the same time, Kurisu bent over to help me up. And since she was in a hurry, she didn't have the time to hold down her skirt. Ah yes, taking advantage of her, like concern for you just to look at her panties. Ah yes. So I saw her. It wasn't as clear as before, but I caught a quick glimpse of her, my pure white goddess. Ironically, I don't see anything. I don't see the actual panties. I just see her belly. So this kind of implies that she's not wearing anything, but she is though. Apparently. From a much closer distance than before and at a lower angle.
タクル、どこ見てるのよ、もう。バカなんだから。
Yes, typical romance comedy cliche. Nah, no way. Kurisu wasn't the type to be cute when she was embarrassed. She'd probably get another scary look on her face and then start choking me and demanding to know what I was looking at, and then I'd die. No way, that was never gonna happen. It was wrong to hope for another encounter with my white goddess. It will only end in tragedy and pain. If I got slapped for peeping at the student council's president's panties, it would damage my reputation at school. You don't have much of a reputation though, Takuro. I gritted my teeth and tried to stop my gaze from wandering down to her skirt. Let's see. So this is back to we were sneaking in the Love Hotel. Last time we chose negative, I guess, and we were attacked by some Yakuza member. But this time, let's choose positive. Let's have a positive delusion about Serika.
ここはラブホテルだぞ。
Lapa Hotel.
ああ、そっか。
Now, let me skip most of this. And trigger on. And suddenly the door opened. We didn't expect anyone to open it, so both Serika and I froze. And then they came out.
あら、坊やたちが次のお客さんかしら。
Boya? Ada? Are you Casta from Fate Stay Night? It was a voluptuous woman with long hair, and she was completely naked. Ah, yes. And not only that, her body was as nice as any you'd see in a magazine. Wait, didn't she look like a lot like a model or actress I saw on TV?
見ちゃダメ。
かわいいお客さんね。入って。
あ、いえ。
そういうんじゃないんで。
いいのよ。お嬢さんも一緒でも。
Ah yes, of course. In other words, what exactly was called a threesome, Takuro?
すっごく気持ちよくさせてあげる。だからおいで。
タク、どうしよう。
How much is it gonna cost
お
though?
前なんでちょっと入る気になってるんだ。
だって
Sarika's face was red with embarrassment. She whispered softly.
気持ちよくなりたいし。
Okay.
そんな状況じゃないだろ。
Something was wrong with me.
そんな状況って？
I mean, well, again, there was a new perspective. We do know Sarika can mind read, so she does know exactly what we're thinking. She's just pretending to be dumb. Oh, damn it, I said what I was thinking out loud.
いや、なんでもない。
Well, let's see. We're in our room, same as always. No sign of anyone approaching. Okay, so another delusion trigger, I guess. Which one was this one? I think I chose negative for this one. I think it was the one where, you know, Arumura, or at least a delusion of Arumura, comes in and try to stab him or something. In fact, there's a bunch of delusions where Arumura kills us, I guess. Let's have a positive one instead. Huh? I just heard a knock at the door, right? I couldn't believe it, but I forgot to lock the door again. That's like a running theme, it seems like. She never locks the door for some reason. I froze as it swung open from the outside. Someone was here. Oh. I knew two people who would come in without waiting for an answer, but was it okay for me to just stand here? I gulped and spoke in a hoarse voice. Poking through the gap in the door was... It's just Sarika. Delusion Sarika. Someone I knew well.
よかった。起きてた。
Relieved, I staggered over and sat down on the bed. That hadn't done my heart any favors. For some reason, Sarika was standing at the entrance, fidgeting. She didn't try to come any further in.
どうした？こんな時間に女の子一人でここに来るのはあんまり良くないと思う。
I didn't think any of the homeless in this park were bad people, but someone who was hard up for money might attack her. Especially after what I'd seen. I felt like I was going to start imagining things I didn't want to visualize.
タクは大丈夫？
何が？
昨日あんなことがあったから。
Honestly, not really. Was Sarika going through the same thing?
家に一人でいると昨日のこと思い出しちゃうんだ。それで怖くなって眠れなくて。
尾上。
ねえ、私一人でいるのやだな。今日だけでいいから泊まらせてくんない？
This really does, I mean, this is obvious, but like, it does really bring to mind the whole, like, imaginary friend thing, you know? This is what Takuro always did when he was younger. He just imagined Sarika to always be with him, you know, projecting his own, like, fears and, you know, anxiety on Sarika. And comforting himself, I guess, with an imaginary friend. I knew exactly how she felt, you don't say. Just having someone you knew next to you was enough to make you feel a lot better. Take me, for example. Having Sarika here was letting me relax a little, despite the fact that she's not real. I have to sleep on the floor, I supposed.
ありがとう。
Sarika must have felt better when she heard my response, because she looked like she was about to cry. She sat down right next to me on the bed. Why was she sitting next to me? There were other places to sit. When I looked closer, I saw that her shoulders were shaking a little.
昨日のことが頭の中に焼き付いてて。
尾上。
It was natural, I supposed. Sarika was a girl, and she was younger than me, and she's also 6 years old, by the way. Seeing something like that must have been a huge shock to her. It was my fault for getting her caught up in this. As I started thinking about that, she put her head up against my shoulder.
タク、一緒にいて。お願い。
Okay. The end. Sarika end.
尾上はもっとずぶといだろ。
Of course, in reality, Sarika would never let me see her being that vulnerable, and she'd never actually come to visit. Was she okay even if I wasn't? Maybe she was just fine. She was probably just dense, yeah. Guess we're having tea with Sarika. Last time we gave her poison, or I guess in a delusion anyway. Let's not do that. Though, well, actually, if I remember correctly, we were trying to what was it? What were we trying to do? We're trying to spike her drink. Well, I don't know about the positive delusion, you know. Oh well.
葛根湯を作る。
葛根湯？え？どこの島？
Are you serious?
飲み物だよ。ゲンさんにもらった。吐き気を抑える効果があるんだ。
へえ、よく知ってるね。
Hehehe, I'm gonna spike her drink. Again, just being a weird creep. And then some information I found before flashed across my mind. Assuming we're spiking her drink, though. We might do something else, I don't know. Of course, it was from Cool Cat Press. I read about it in a certain special they run. If you put eyedrops into beer, it will make a girl feel aroused. Yeah, we are okay. At the time, I hadn't believed it. In another issue, they said that eyedrops in cola would make a girl go to sleep. Adding eyedrops in their drink would create unusual side effects. I'd heard a rumor that was just an urban legend, though. But what would happen if you put eyedrops into kakanto? There was a stupid teenage girl, again, that's quite insulting, who didn't even know what kakanto was right in front of me. Should I try it? I prepared 2 cups like it was the most natural thing in the world and poured out the kakanto I had made. Then, taking special care that Sarika wouldn't see me, I added a few drops of eye drop medicine from my shelf into her drink.
はい。
I gave her the cup, acting very naturally.
ありがとう。
She took a drink without suspecting a thing. I gulped as I watched her.
何？
And then she dies again.
どうした？
あ、いや、
これまずい。薬みたい。
漢方薬だからな。
We've added eye drops to be precise. I decided to watch and see what happened.
っていうか、なんだか。
ん？
この部屋、暑くない？
Okay, though this time it's just gonna be as planned, I guess, according to Keikaku. Sarika's cheeks seemed a little pink, and she seemed to be kind of spacing out. Was it starting to work already? I didn't expect it to work so fast.
ねえ、タク。なんか私、すっごく変な感じなんだけど。
Her breathing was getting shallower, and she was fidgeting and rubbing her thighs together. Okay. She was clearly behaving differently than she usually did. Way to go, Cool Cat Press.
ちょっとトイレ借りる。
トイレ？何する気だ？
She's gonna masturbate. You gonna ask? You already know.
内緒。
At least in your delusion, anyway.
内緒ってお前、大丈夫なのか？
つな。トイレで何をするつもりだよ。
いけないことだよ。
は？
言わせないでよ、バカ。
そうか。
I gulped. What?
別にトイレ行くのはいいけど、あんまり長いこと入ってるんじゃないぞ。
Just breathing hard.
別にトイレ行きたくないけど。
え？
Sariko was looking at me surprised. Her cheeks weren't flushed and expression was normal.
どうしたの急に。
いや、別に。
I desperately tried to recover as I drank my own Kakanto. And I was aroused, oh no. Well, I hadn't found any eyedrops on the shelf, so I gave up on the experiment. Sarika complained about the taste, but swallowed it down
それに
anyway.
しても
I mean, I guess all the positive delusions are just like him being horny. Didn't I complain about like Fate Stay Night how Shiro is always just horny all the time? I just kept reading about how he's just salivating over like all the waifus and how kind of annoying that was because it was, I don't know, a bit too much. A bit too much. I don't want to hear about teenage boys like horniness all day. That's what I'm trying to say. But I guess we're forced to do that, I guess. I just gotta do this for the other endings. Positive. Feminisation. Oh, so this is when I guess Nono got angry and everything. How do we, like, you know, get her to forgive us, I guess. Well, unless we could win her over, we weren't able to go to continue with the case.
よし、これから賄賂を買いに行こう。尾上、クルスが好きなスイーツ店の上位3つを教えてくれ。
買いに行くなら私も行きたい。
She was clearly intending to buy something for herself. Well, that was fine. It was time for the mission to begin.
というわけで、これ、クルスにプレゼント。
I knew that Kurusu was staying late after school to get ready for the festival. I handed her the present I just bought. Sarika told me about a pancake place near Shibuya Station, Pancake. It was a popular store where there were always a line of girls outside. I heard it was one of the few places where you could get pancake for takeout, so I quickly chose it. Pancake. Pancake? No. Standing in line with the girls for an hour was almost torture, but I somehow managed to do it.
これって X サンクスのパンケーキ？
そうだけど。
あそこいつも並んでいるからなかなか手に入らないのに。
Her eyes was shining like a little girl's. It was an expression I was used to seeing from her.
私にくれるの？本当に？
いつも迷惑かけてるし。
タクルがこういうプレゼントをくれるなんて珍しいね。ありがとう。すごく嬉しい。
After seeing how happy she was, I couldn't tell that I was trying to bribe her.
あれおかしいな。
From pancakes, just like crying tears of joy.
え、なんで？
Why was she crying?
ごめんね。こんな幸せあるんだなって思って。変だよね。こんなことで泣いちゃうなんて。でも本当に嬉しかったの。ありがとうね、タクル。よかったら半分こしない？いいでしょ？
I was satisfied with the results of my simulation. This might work.
よし、わかった。
So we're meeting Adamura for the first time, or at least, you know, trying to like talk to her anyway. After Love Hotel. Last time I chose negative and she turned like full yandere. Let's choose positive, I guess. Whee!
タクル？あなたたちもどうしたの全員で。
あ、いや、
Actually, well, I think there was 2 triggers here. I think I chose positive and negative. I don't remember exactly. Well,
ん？
はじめまして、私クルスノノの妹です。
ah, yes. The girl suddenly smiled and bowed.
妹？
嘘だ。クルスに妹がいるなんて話聞いたことが。
渋谷地震の時に生き別れになっていたの。私自身、妹はもう死んじゃったんだって諦めていたんだけど。
Okay, I don't remember this delusion, so I guess this is new.
まさかこうして再会できるなんて、本当に奇跡ってあるのね。
There were tears in Cruz's eyes. Then this girl really was her little sister? I was still having trouble believing it as the girl walked right up next to me. Not with a knife this time.
宮代タクルさんですか？
うん。そうだけど。
How does she know my name?
じゃあ私にとってはお兄ちゃんですね。
なんだと？
そうなの？
More incest, I guess. Oh, this is interesting.
タクルさんはお姉ちゃんにとって弟同然なんでしょ？
It's like this is like a different version of the CG, which is funny. The other one was she was like very menacing and she had a knife and everything. Now this time it's just, you know, romance comedy cliche, Oni-chan, little sister trope. Anyway. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense at all. I looked to Kurusu for help.
タクル、仲良くしてあげて。
よろしくお願いします、お兄ちゃん。
And all of a sudden I had a little sister. It really is a harem. Things around here were about to get more complicated. Whee! Or not. Not a chance in hell. There's no way this girl was Cruz's little sister. Not that I had any idea what she was doing here.
のんちゃん、知り合いなの？
Okay, let's skip this part probably. Whoop. Skip. Go, go, go. More delusions. Oh yeah, this is the delusion where Ito just murdered Serika over a sandwich. So
なんだそれ。
let's not do that this time, I guess.
ご飯だよ。買ってこいって言ったのタクじゃん。
You know, got a bunch of sandwiches.
はい、しんちゃんはハムサンドとコーヒー牛乳。
あ、サンキュー。
タクはカロリーブロックとマウンテンビュー。よく飽きないね。
栄養バランスを考えたらこれが一番効率がいいんだ。
Is it a soda and the weird calorie mate thing? I hear it's not exactly super healthy actually.
焼きそばと酒おにぎりとクリームパンと
That sounds delicious.
チョココロネとアンパンとグレープフルーツが私。
That's a lot of food.
相変わらず燃費悪いな。女子だろ？
女子だよ。
Don't make that why are you asking face at me rather. Sakura grabbed the cream bread off of the massive pile of food in front of her.
お腹すいた。いただきます。
She chomped down on the bread. She focused only on devouring her meal and ignored what everyone around her might be thinking. Was she really a girl? Well, she's like a weird artificial person, so... I always worried a little watching her. She would think a little bit more about... She should think a little bit more about how she looked to others, I guess. She chomped down so hard that the cream inside the bread flew out and stuck to the edge of her lip.
口にクリームついちゃった。
Ito's demeanor suddenly changed.
ベトベト。
Instead of wiping it away, she kept eating her bread. With every bite she took, her lips got dirtier and dirtier. Yes.
でも美味しい。
Weird food fetish? What? Strangely, I found myself unable to look away. Why was I staring at her mouth like this? Come to think of it, I've never really stared at someone's mouth when they were eating, especially a girl. It's kind of disgusting, to be honest. I don't know. Her plump lips and the way her pink tongue darted around her mouth as she licked away the white cream, seemingly strangely arousing, I guess.
ねえ、タクもしんちゃんも私のことじーっと見てるけど、どうかした？
あ、いや、別に。
Both Ito and I looked away. Why did I feel a little excited? I don't know. Why you have this weird food fetish now, Taguru?
そんなことよりお前、その口さっさと拭けよ。
じゃあ、タク、舐めて。
は？
Sarika grinned a little, and then I walked right in front of me and brought her head close.
私の口にぺったりついたこの白いクリーム、タクの舌で舐めてきれいにしてほしいな。甘くて美味しいよ。だから、ね、お願い。
How about
やめろよ。
you get a napkin?
キスするわけじゃないんだし、これぐらいいいじゃん。
Her soft lips are right in front of me, her soft like anime lips with her non-existent lined nose. Anyway, they smell like cream. She said it wasn't a kiss, but wouldn't licking it away be naughtier than a kiss?
じゃあ、俺が代わりに。
Ah yes, NTR'd.
おい、お前がいいって言ってるんだから止めるなよ。
You bastard. When I imagined him licking Sarika's lips, I felt really annoyed. I even felt like I was gonna throw up.
やめろ。
I offered her a tissue.
早く拭けって。
タク。
なんだよ。ノリ悪いな。
Shut up. What's going on here? It was like one of those sex circles you sometimes read about in Cool Cat Press. Sex circles? What does that even mean? I don't know what that means, actually. Well, this wasn't the Hekio Academy newspaper club.
タク、ごめん。そんなに嫌だった？それなら。
Sarika scraped the cream off her lips with her finger.
私が舐めさせてあげる。
She jammed her finger to my mouth. It was so sudden that it scared me a little, but I licked the cream off her finger without thinking. That's not very unhygienic. Don't you know how many germs there are on your fingers? I get sick. Well, the taste for sweet cream spread throughout my mouth.
おいしい？
She pulled her finger out of my mouth, and then she stared at it. Then she glanced at me and grinned.
タクのよだれでべちょべちょ。
Why? Where did I get that from? From the writers. Sarika wasn't that sexy to begin with, apparently. Oh, that was more perverted than sexy. Were men just really vulnerable to girls like that? Was I? To your own daughter? Anyway. But as for Sarika, as I watched her happily chow down her cream bread, I decided the chances of her ever turning into a brain-dead pervert like the one I just imagined were near zero. Sarika was still a little girl. In fact, she's 6. I'm gonna keep like saying that, even though I mean, whatever. What's the rules for like people born out of your mind? I don't know what's the laws around that. But anyway, well, she probably never even fallen in love. I felt a little superior. Oh, okay.
なあ、おのえ。
Let's see. This is the scene where we had to, like, you know, pee. I guess we pee in the toilet. And Sarika was laughing. That was a negative delusion anyway. What's the positive one? Is it her just being embarrassed that we're just taking out our dick or something? I don't know.
変なの。まさかこの年でタクと一緒に女子トイレの個室に何時間もこもることになるなんて。
そう言わずにもうちょっと付き合ってくれ。
Okay,
いいけど。
skip, please. Staring, go to the bathroom. Bleep.
タク。
ん？
Serica sighed a little and slowly stood up.
あのさ、ちょっと相談があるんだけど。
Okay.
相談？
I was thinking like, well, I don't know. We don't know yet, but like, I was thinking like maybe it would be reversed this time, you know, instead of us needing to go to the washroom, maybe she needs to go to the washroom or something. What was this about? Serica seemed really uneasy.
さっき一石ぶった話あったでしょ？
ああ、うん。
私言ったよね。私たち二人だからトイレできないじゃんって。
言った。それが？
やっぱりなんでもない。
ん？
Serica's head drooped. For some reason, she looked like she was about to cry. She was clutching the hem of her skirt tightly and shaking a little.
どうしたんだよ。
I guess it's like it's our turn to laugh at her while she pisses. I guess.
なんでもないって。
だってなんか泣きそうな顔してるじゃないか。
Finally, she started to bite her lip as if she was trying to endure something. She really was acting weird. Serica normally didn't behave this way.
どうしたんだ。言ってくれないとわからない。
Serica just shook her head from left to right. She wasn't even looking at me anymore. What was going on? I didn't understand it at all. I'd never seen her like this before. Until just a moment ago, we were just having a normal conversation. I grabbed her shoulder and peered into her eyes.
言ってくれ。長い付き合いだろ。僕を信用できないのか。
She shook her head even faster, and at last she started to cry. I looked closer and saw that her cheeks were flush red.
何がダメなんだ。
お願い、タク。あっち向いてて。
え？
And then Serica's body shook violently just once. Until a moment ago, she seemed to be suffering, but now she looked relieved and relaxed.
なんなんだよ。
I suddenly looked down. She was still holding her skirt hem tightly. And then there was a puddle at her feet. Oh, she just pissed herself. Okay.
Huh?
Not only that, her long knee socks were soaking wet. Man, this is gonna suck. You know, you're gonna get home and, you know, and you're gonna have like piss all over yourself the whole time. And everything. Probably stinky too. Was this?
まさかお前。
I don't think there's any laundry in the hospitals. Or laundry room or whatever. Or maybe, well, actually, is there maybe like a laundromat we can use, you know, in the hospital? They do clean clothes here. I don't know, anyway. Serica begged me in a quiet voice. This is someone's fetish, I guess, maybe. It seems like we're just like checking the list for all the fetishes in Takeru's delusions. Anyway. I could smell a faint whiff of ammonia. It was obvious now that what had happened.
なんでお前言わないんだよ。なんでこうなるまで我慢してたんだよ。
二人いたらトイレできないじゃん。タクがいるのに目の前でできるわけないじゃん。
It's just quite sad. That just makes me feel bad. Well, if that happened, I wouldn't know how to react. But Sarah and I were in a situation where that could happen at any minute. Alright. So we're back at the school festival, helping with stuff, I guess. And she needs help, I guess. Yeah, I remember last time, we had really weird delusions about Hana. Like she was an alien or something, or she was being stalked and super paranoid. Or whatever. Did I pause the delusion? Did I see this one yet? I don't know.
わかったよ。しょうがないからついてってやる。
No way. Did Kazuki grin? That was something you almost never saw.
それでどこへ
You could say, she's the kudere type. Maybe not kudere, more like dandere, I guess. More shy than cool, because kudere means like cool, but dandere is more like shy. You're someone who's like, just socially awkward, I guess. But I finally hope that something incredible was about to happen. Kazuki grabbed my sleeve and started walking. But again, I'm not sure, I don't know. She took me up to the roof of the school.
Help me.
Help me, okay? I suddenly heard a girl's voice. I looked around, but only the two of us were there.
なんだ、ただの空耳か。
Help me.
No, I wasn't imagining it. I really did hear it. I looked around again, but there was nobody there but me and Kazuki, and there was no place for anyone to hide. Which meant...
もしかして、今の、カズキ、お前か？
うん。
お前喋れたのか？
The only time she can talk is in Takeru's delusions. No, I mean, of course she can talk, but it was just really surprising, okay?
でもどうしていきなり
Help me, Takeru Miyashiro. You are my only hope.
My only hope? Is this Star Wars?
は？
Why was she speaking English? Could Kazuki maybe not speak Japanese? Maybe she'd grown up outside of the country. How is she in this school, She doesn't know any Japanese. Maybe that's why she never talked. Her English didn't seem very good. And then suddenly a loud fanfare played. Where was that sound coming from? As I looked around frantically, giant words appeared in the sky and started to scroll. Episode 4. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yes, of course. The Galactic Emperor in the civil war for the century animated someplace have rebelled, striking the defense in the base of the battle with paratroops and destruction. And Princess Kazuki and the galaxy were saving the whole universe, I guess. That was way too fast, I can't read it.
今のって
AR? Or projection mapping? Projection mapping, what's that? I know what AR is augmented reality, I guess. But projection mapping? A general term for technology is to display images on an object or a space rather than a flat surface. Images can be projection mapped onto anything, such as human bodies, trees, or paintings, but it is especially common to projection map onto a building. User when the building is station, there is a special space, becoming more popular both inside and outside Japan. Never saw it before. I mean, rather than a flat surface. I mean, maybe like, like Hatsune Miku, a Hatsune Miku concert. I went once to Miku Expo. Maybe it's like that? I don't know. Kazu's expression did not change at all.
私の本名はカーズキー・ハンナ。カーズキー大聖団帝国である銀河帝王ルドルフ15世の第8王女です。
Ah, yes.
え
Of course.
助けてください。ちなみにあなたは私の双子の兄です。
Of course, we're Luke.
あと最終的にあなたは生き別れの実の父親と戦うことになります。まあつまりルドルフ15世のことですが。というわけで助けてください。
You know, I'd rather have this plot actually, you know, rather than the Gigglomaniac thing. You know, I'd rather just be a Jedi. It makes more sense.
というわけでとか言われてもな、ダイジェストで説明されても困る。
さあ行きましょう。
どこへ？
あの星の彼方へ。
Okay. Did I maybe want to put a Sparks Wars play at the Culture Festival? Spark Wars? Sparks War? Spark Wars? Spark Wars. Hollywood movie, space opera, 6 episodes. There's really plans a 9-episode series. Well, actually, we are in this timeline. There is 9 episodes of Star Wars, actually. I never watched the new ones, but that's what's available now. There is 9 episodes or 9 movies of Star Wars. There you go. It's true. Well, that surprised even me. But Spark Wars was too old for a high school kid to use in the play. Is it? I don't know. I considered this as I walked, and next thing I knew, I was in the courtyard. There are only 6, trust me, okay? Pretend they don't exist. Never happened. It was a delusion all along. Kazuki stopped in front of some large object. Okay, I think I already read this part. Whee! Boobies, alright. This is the part where she, well, at least when I chose last time, negative delusion, she was like, you know, super paranoid and everything, she's crazy. But this time, I guess, we just have a positive delusion? Are we just gonna have a delusion about her boobs, I guess? I don't know. Trigger on. Oh, okay, we look at her own body, I guess? Weird. No, definitely not. No way.
ほら、和樹。とにかくそこどいて。
Oh wait, is this gender bent? Did we swap bodies? Huh? Wait a second. Was that my voice?
変だな。なんか喉の調子が。
What's going on here? I knew it. Those definitely my words, which meant that my voice had turned into a girl's. No, that's not right. Then why? Why was I staring at my own face?
Huh?
Maybe.
僕と和樹の中身が入れ替わった。
This is like classic anime plot.
嘘だ。そんなバカなことがあるわけが。
But I fearfully touched my chest. Oh yes. The sensation I felt was an unfamiliar one. Wait a second. This feeling was...
なんだろう、想像していたよりもずっと硬いぞ。硬すぎる。アニメなんかでボヨンボヨンと揺れている表現があるから、まるでマシュマロみたいに柔らかいのかと思っていたけれど。いや、待て、違う。そうじゃない。そうか、これはブラジャーをしているからか。
I hadn't considered that.
つまりブラを取ればもっと柔らかい本体が出現するということになるな。
Of course. You get like... Well, I've heard anyway, you get
でも
back
ブラ
pain.
のホックを外すなんて女子と付き合った経験のない男子にとっては難関中の難関だ。自分の背中にあるホックなんてどうやって外してるんだ。
But then I realized there is no need to go through all the trouble undoing the hook.
そうか、ブラそのものを上にずらせばそれでいいじゃないか。
I gulped a little as I yanked the bra up over my uniform. Isn't that a little awkward? Anyway, I could feel the contents being released from the pressure. Of course, we just instantly just strip
おお、
in the middle of the school. I jumped a little and they shook. It was exactly like an anime. So that was an exaggeration.
というか和樹ってもしかして、いや、もしかしなくてもむちゃくちゃ胸が大きいぞ。
She was definitely the owner of a giant rack, of course. As a guy, the idea of having globs of fat hanging off the chest was a very strange one. Maybe that was that was the reason why my shoulders felt a little stiff. So it's also true that girls with larger breasts have stiff shoulders. Anyway, my breasts, that is to say Kazuki's, were currently not covered by a bra. I wanted to see. I had to see. Of course, this is a weird alternate reality version of My Name. What's it called? Kimi no wa, whatever. were these two twin mountains as soft as I imagined them to be? I couldn't fight the overwhelming sensation of curiosity. I brought my hands up to my chest like it was the most natural thing in the world. I softly cupped my own breast. Just instantly just start groping. What is this CG? My god.
すごい。こんな。
They're also like just incredibly round, you know. And then I, more precisely, probably Akatsuki, who was in my body, ran up to me. He or she had tears in his or her eyes, was glaring at me.
え？バカ！変態！
I felt a powerful impact on my face and my vision went black, and then I died. Amazing. Wait, was that a comic, an anime, or a novel or something? I never thought I was into gender bending stuff. Well, I know what gender bending is, but it got me excited, apparently. It's a bad idea to say it like this.
カズキ、怪我はないか？
Skip. Boo. I don't remember what delusion did I pick for this one. I don't remember. But I guess this is the part where I guess we were dragged into the classroom to help, you know, Aramura's stuff, I guess.
心当たりないです？
She was trying to get information on us while we were trying to get information on her, but we're really bad at it. Takeru is really bad at the whole, like, getting information out of people thing. Take it on.
宮代先輩っていい声してますよね。
そうですか。
No one had ever told me that before.
実は私、昔から声フェチなんですよ。
What? A voice fetish? That was really none of my business.
宮代先輩の声って十分不女子の干渉に耐えられるクオリティだと思うんです。
This is a weird conversation. Alright. Quality.
そうかな。
マニアックな私が言うんですから、そうですって。というわけで先輩、今からここで私のためだけに朗読してください。
朗読
I guess she's just really into ASMR, I imagine.
はい、文芸部の活動の一環でもあるんですけど、宮代先輩にぜひとも。
It was hard to say no after all those compliments.
その何を読めばいいんですか？
ですね。それは。
Blushing, she took out a notebook.
じゃじゃーん、これを。
It looked like a normal student's notebook. There's nothing on the cover. I flipped it open. I was only on the first page and already I was looking at a whole different world. Two pretty boys, drawn in the style of a girl's manga, were holding each other, mostly naked. Ah yes, it's just yaoi. It was drawn in pencil and the illustration wasn't that great. Is she just an amateur doujin artist? Or maybe that's just the club's like, you know, that's what they were doing. And there was even a dialogue bubble. Pierce me, you're Excalibur, okay? Is this Fate Stay Night, but like the proto Arthur, I guess, proto saber? Anyway.
これは
I don't understand. Excalibur! No. Did Adamura draw this?
これ、私が文芸部で本を作る時用のネタ帳なんですけどね。やっぱ実際に男子に声に出してもらった方がイメージ湧くでしょ？
いや、そんなの僕には。
And thus Takeru's journey into being an erotic voice actor.
お願いします。
無理です。
どうしてもダメですか？私こんなこと他に頼める男子がいなくて。女子の友達は多いんですけどね。男子ってちょっと苦手だったりしちゃったり。でも先輩が嫌なら無理強いはできないですよね。
有村さん。
If she was really relying on me, I couldn't turn her down.
わかりました。少しだけなら。
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
She smiled happily. Now that I actually talked to her, I realized she was a strange person, but not a bad one.
で、どこを読めば？
最初からおなしゃす。
最初から？
She wanted me to read this aloud?
感情たっぷりにおなしゃす。エロい感じでおなしゃす。
Again, we're just hitting all the fetishes, I guess. As it turns out, Taco has just a lot of fetishes. Could I do that? I took a deep breath to calm myself down. Adamura was looking at me with stars in her eyes. It was embarrassing. I couldn't tell her to look away. I guess I'll just have to do it. What?
そのまま僕に突き刺して。君のエクスカリバー。
Oh, yes, bananas. This is a very strange version of the sumo sticker. Shake. Yorenaika. Adamura's face went bright red. She started to pant, snort, and bang her head. Why is that being defined? What do you mean bang her head? Like, it's just like a rock concert? I mean, yeah, but I don't know why that's defined. Oh, this was tougher than I thought. Mentally, I didn't know if I could do it. I wanted to get away as soon as possible.
もういいよね。
ああ、ちょっと待って。次のページもお願いできませんか？
The next page. I flipped the page. There was a similar picture in a dialogue bubble.
さ。
お前のアイスキャンディー。俺の中でとろけさせてくれよ。Yes, what?
次、お願いします。
I give up.
いや、やめろよ。この鬼畜巨根野郎。
You big dick freak. Amazing.
あ
Almora had a look of ecstasy on her face. Her eyes looked like she was on drugs.
先輩、最高です。最高にエロいっす。私、もう。
And then her whole body started to spasm. She was having a seizure. Call the hospital. A bit of drool was dripping out the side of her mouth, but she didn't try to wipe it up.
こんな興奮したの初めてっす。先輩、これから定期的に朗読会やってもらえませんか？次は攻めの方のバージョンも聞いてみたいんです。それと今度は文芸部の同じ趣味を持つ人たちも連れてきます。大丈夫、みんな女子っすから、きっとみんな先輩の声にメロメロになりますからね。いいでしょ？いいですよね。
And that was how my career as a voice actor in gay porn for girls began. I called it. Amazing. Well, if that happened, I'd kill myself. I mean, I don't know. Is there a lot of demand for gay porn voice acting? I don't know if there is, but actually, I skipped. Was that a new line? I don't know if that was a new line, but if that was her only secret, that'd be fine. Well, maybe not fine, but it felt like the real Adamura was hiding something more dangerous. Well, she was hiding psychic powers, basically, more than BL manga or dojins, whatever. Anyway.
事件のことですか？
No, I think we saw this. Okay, time to skip. Let's see. I think I had negative delusion last time. Let's have again a positive delusion. Boop. There's a wink. Hmm. I think the last time when we have a negative delusion, everyone was murdered or whatever. Or at least, you know,
僕だけど
they all disappeared and all that was left was just blood, I guess.
タクル来てくれたのね。入って。
I came inside and Kurusu welcomed me from the bed.
おかえり。ちょっと待って。
Kurusu started to rummage through something under the blankets. If she was going to get mad, I'd prefer if she got mad now. Right now, I felt like sitting on a bed of nails. It was hellish.
あのさ、今日呼び出したのってやっぱり
Just as I spoke, Kurusu stood up. No, she's naked?
なんで脱いでるんだ
Why is she naked? She wasn't even wearing underwear. But if she'd been lying down this whole time, it would make sense if she wasn't dressed. Wait, that wasn't the issue here.
背中を拭いてもらおうと思って。
Of course, exactly.
もしかして
I mean, she did it for us when we were in a coma.
ごめんね。迷惑だった？
It's only fair, Takaru. It's only fair.
いや、なんていうか
This didn't make sense. Kurusu wasn't usually like this. I wasn't sure how to handle her now that she was acting this way.
ユイやユードに頼めばいいのに
タクルに甘えたくなっちゃったのかも。こういう時ぐらいいいでしょ？
She wanted me to do that?
そんなこと言い出すなんて絶対変だ。熱でもあるんじゃないのか。
恥ずかしがることなんてないのに。何年か前タクルが熱出して寝込んだ時に私いろいろやってあげたじゃない。
いろいろって？
下の世話だってしたよね。
Well, Kurusu giggled a little. I hadn't heard anything about her having a fever, so why was she acting this way?
タクルの体のことなら私何でも知ってる。兄弟なんだからそれは普通のことでしょ？
Was that normal?
お願いタクル、今日だけでいいから甘えさせてよ。
わかったよ。
ありがとう。
Weird. But it was still embarrassing enough that I couldn't bring myself to look at her.
タクル、目をそらさないで。
Don't look away. You can't look away. You're not allowed to. My heart skipped a beat.
それってどういう
You must face death. You must stare death right in the eyes. Can't look
私は
away.
全部をタクルに今からさらけ出すから。
I gulped loudly. There was a gulping sound effect. Her face was bright red. Did she have a fever after all? Or
クルスだって恥ずかしがってるじゃないか。
うん、変よね。思ったよりずっと恥ずかしい。
to be honest, I wanted to run away as soon as I could. Naked body, disgusting, run away. No, but just as I said I would, but I just said I would do it. I couldn't betray Kurusu when she was this naked.
見るよ。
嬉しい。
Are we done? I looked straight at her body, at her boobs, her butt. Is it censored? It's censored, right? I mean, we see, I guess, the crevice of her butt. I don't know. And side boob, I guess.
言ったら？
It's fine, as long as there's no nipples, I guess it's fine. She was beautiful, but I couldn't bring myself to say that.
それじゃあタクル、お願いしていい？
This just reminds me of the rider scene in Hollow Ataraxia. We're skirting a very thin line here.
体を拭いてほしいんだけど、
That's right, I've forgotten.
そこにタオルあるから。
She already had a towel and a bowl of hot water ready. I wet the towel and got closer to Kurusu. Do we really have to describe this entire process?
前から後ろから
Just from the front, of course. She fidgeted. It was really kawaii to see Kurusu acting this way.
前も拭いてくれるの？
Of course, we're gonna start with the boobs. Kurusu didn't need me to wipe down her front side, she could do it herself.
いやだってずっとこっち向いてるから
Oh no, I was panicking even more than usual.
ごめん背中だよね
いいよ。
She looked straight at me.
いいよ。
What was okay? No, I didn't need to ask. I gulped again. I looked back at her. Her pale skin was slightly slick with sweat. Her breasts were large, firm, and round. Of course, just describe her breasts. Her hips formed a smooth curve. She looked like a statue of Venus. I had never realized Kurusu was so pretty. I wanted to touch her body, of course. She looked so soft. Her skin looked so clear. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't turned on. Again, we're going back to Shiro, you know, we're just describing a horny teenager's like perverted thoughts, I guess. That's just a visual novel. But more than anything, I wanted to touch it because it belonged to Kurusu. I wanted to touch her beautiful body because it was hers. I reached my hand out toward Kurusu's neck, not one of the towel, but the empty one. I ran my fingertips softly down the side of it. It's just softcore porn.
タクル。
Look, I heard this game was really great. People praise this game, this visual novel, as like a masterpiece, apparently. Well, her body shook a little. It was indescribably cute. Kurusu was always the big sister, bossing me around and telling me what to do. And now she was squirming under my touch. It felt good, like I made her my own. Why am I reading this?
クルス
Can't not read it. I have to.
僕はクルスのこともっと好きにしたい
She nodded, embarrassed.
あなたの好きにして。
Are we done? Okay, good. Finally. I'm finally released from this awkward, not actually sex, but sort of sex erotic scene. I have to read aloud. Anyway, Kurusu! Kurusu! I will not stop tickling you until you apologize! Ah. I was trying too hard to escape from reality. It was imagining Kurusu in a situation like that. I must be under more stress than I thought. This is a psychological horror game, by the way. Alright, so it seems like this skipping stopped here. I don't know why I stopped here. Is this where the route branches off? That's what I'm thinking? Maybe. Let's see. This is when we were being attacked by Haida Riko, anyway, who we thought was Minami Sawa Senri at the time. Last time we kind of got out of this situation because, yeah, we like activated our powers and pushed it away, I guess, but let's see. While I hesitated, Aramura ran past the woman toward the street. The woman slowly stood up. I ran after Aramura before the woman could get up. I ran down many different alleyways and turned on several corners. I didn't even know where it was anymore. I just kept running and assured that if I turned back, the woman would be behind me. I ran. And ran. And ran. And then... True world. Resists truth and lies within those eyes.